guys, welcome back to Bethel Reacts. So today I'm going to introduce you to this new guy I discovered. He's an amazing guitarist. His name is Matteo Mancuso. I hope I got the name right. So guys, let's discover this guy together.
Could we get you to play something?
Yeah, totally.
Wow, amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
All right, tell me about that song, Matteo.
Well, it's called Falcon Flight. It's actually one of my favorite songs from the album because I wasn't really able to label them, you know. It's not rock, it's not jazz, so it was something new to me. And
Wait guys, that's an original. Crazy. Like, that's an original piece. Wow.
I really like this song because he has, I think he has the right combination of a simple element and a complex one. And the simple element is the melody. It's basically, everything is in E flat. All the notes of the melody are. But the chords are a little bit different. They're not really related to each other. And I have this philosophy that if you don't know what to do with your chord progression, a sus chord will always help you. So.
Right.
This is a really interesting chord, yeah. So I wanted to write something that had like a complex chord progression, or at least interesting chord progression, let's say, but with a simple melody on top. So that's how Falcon Flight came out.
When you're playing over these tunes, what do you think about? Or you just play?
Before I was thinking about don't screw up, don't screw up, don't screw up all the time. But usually, when I'm playing with my trio, I just to try to live the moment a bit, where you're having fun on the stage, people understand that and they kind of feel it. So I always try to have fun when I'm playing, and I have this philosophy, especially when I'm playing through the changes and maybe on complex things, that thought is the enemy of flow. And I heard it from an exceptional drummer called Vinny Colaiuta, and from an exceptional YouTube channel called Rick Beato. Yeah, I think it was your interview, right?
Yes, I remember Vinny said that, and I couldn't believe that he just came up with that instantly.
Yeah.
I said, talk about flow, and he said, thought is the enemy of flow. I was like,
And my mind was blown. Wow, that's exactly like my philosophy. I want to be, I kind of have the same mindset on improvisation, The less you think, the more you are spontaneous, And actually, I like, players that are maybe they do more mistakes, but they are much more spontaneous rather than players that prepare everything. And they are not mistakes, but you can feel that it's not quite spontaneous as real improvisation,
I wanted to ask you about Alan Holdsworth. He came up kind of in passing. Tell me about Alan Holdsworth, and is he somebody that was an influence on you?
Yeah, but it was kind of a late influence, I would say, because the first time I listened to him, I didn't really catch his music. I didn't really understand what was going on because I think it was too advanced for the time. I was like 15 or something, and I was into the shred stuff like Malmsteen, Paul Gilbert, this kind of guys. And then Holdsworth came, and it didn't sound like a guitar, and that's why it was so new to me. And actually, when I start listening to fusion, and I listen again to Alan, I said, oh, "Okay, I get that." Wow, and it was more mind-blowing than the first time, actually, because I actually understood what was going on. The songs like Tokyo Dream or Devil Take the Hint Monster, fusion masterpieces for me. So yeah, Alan is one of the greats.
Have you ever transcribed an Alan solo?
Actually, I never learned an Alan solo from
start to finish,
from
right?
start to finish, yeah. Just because it was, some of the vocabulary, you first of all need to understand harmonically what's going on.
Yeah.
Because they are not just standard, they're not like a bunch of 2-5-1s,
No.
It is a little bit more complicated, so you need to, when you try to study Alan, I think you need to study the song first, and the solo came second, because you first of all need to understand, harmonically speaking, what's going on. And most of the Alan songs are like harmonic explorations. Sometimes he explores a lot the, Lydian dominant scale. Sometimes he's diminished. Sometimes there is this scale that I didn't really explore a lot, but Alan was a master to it, and it's the harmonic major scale.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And Alan was using a lot of times, and it's something that is fairly new to me, and I have to say it's something I have to work on.
How do you add vocabulary to your playing?
Well, mostly it's listening, and it's listening to non-guitar players sometimes, because that's where you get like some of the unusual lines that I do, maybe. I'm a big fan of Michael Brecker, and Michael Brecker is really hard to transcribe, I try to implement some of the sax lines into my improvisational playing, but it's really tough, especially for the visualization point of view. You get a lot of like symmetrical stuff that are not really easy to visualize on guitar.
Yes.
Then I'm trying to concentrate more also on the right technique, not the rest stroke, but actually the free stroke, because I think he has way more possibilities because I have my thumb available, So I'm trying to transfer a lot of more vocabulary on this technique, because I have a lot of, let's say, instinct with this rest stroke technique because I started like that.
Right.
So a lot of my, let's say, vocabulary, sometimes I think about line and I don't even notice that my hand is immediately like that. And maybe I wanted to play a line like that, but, muscular memory kicks in, and I'm trying to, use more my thumb on improvisational playing, basically, yeah.
That was very insightful and educating. If you love this guy, let me know. If you want to see more of him, let me know in the comment section. give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys shortly. Let me just get something. I'll see you shortly.